about the hype. And I'm here to show you if it really worth trying, how to set it up, and if it's good for you, and also the additional cost. So basically, over the last 24 hours, it has been kind of insane. I dove deep into it, and I was only busy testing it and building even something. It's pretty cool. So let me show you first what I've built. So what I've done is I built like a dashboard. So let's just onto it. Yeah, I have a specific setup as well. I will get into that later. But over here, there's this crazy good looking dashboard. What it does, you can just insert everything over here. Let me see if it's running. Yeah, should be running. Right, so I set it up and I built this dashboard in I think around 24 hours. It took a lot of prompts and all, but in the end it's worked pretty well. So what people can do, they can submit a new task, they can insert it over here, add like which model they want to do, which model they can select. Then they can check out the board. So what I made is a nice Kanban board where you just add the test that you want to do. Same as before, and then you can just drag and drop it. So the second when you drop it into to do, then OpenClaw will fetch it or the model that's been selected and will automatically work on it. Pretty wild. So you can drop anything you want over here. It just goes automatically. You don't have to think about it. I created this because I just want to have a good overview about what OpenClaw is doing, what is working on, and that is not only writing in chat because after a while it becomes kind of intense. I also created a chat. So as you can see over here, you can just chat. I didn't configure the OpenClaw yet, so this one is not working. But I also created a way to add recurring tasks because what I noticed as well, you have a lot of things, let's say like weekly reports or certain content pieces that you just want to recreate. Then you only have to do it once and it will automatically run. There's this sweet activity, so you can see all the activity that's going on, some usage, basically a lot of stuff. You can see it even on user level, right? What I've done is I created a nice setting so you have like team users, you can see API connections, so you can set up other team members as well to use it. Work limits, auto prompts, etc. And even for the bot, right? So you have here a bot that you can configure the heartbeat, so it's specifically tied up to this platform only, and it doesn't conflict with your OpenClaw. Yeah, so a lot of things to do, but basically it's already fully functional. It's already live, and I just made it in around 24 hours. So what I noticed as well, like once I was busy, I was really getting into it. I noticed that my credits literally piled up. So you can see over here, there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 50 USD. So that's basically around 250 USD plus. I think total would even be more. How come it's so much is because I basically use Opus. Opus is one of the most reliable, extensive, and advanced tooling there is. So if you compare the price, you can see here that DeepSeek only has 0.14, and Cloud Sonnet 3, and then even like $15 per million input and $75 for the output for Opus. I noticed as well that yeah, it's fun to build and everything gets done very fast. The only problem, the big problem then is that the billing will be way too high. So I came up with a better way. I tested a lot of different models, even like you have something called Open Router, right? So this one is basically unified. It just shoots in and then automatically picks which LMM is the cheapest and best suitable for your request. I tested out, but it did double accounting. It didn't work properly. So I tried even OpenAI, I tried Gemini, and all didn't have the same feeling as it had with Opus. Opus has this really unique personality and it works so good and it understands everything correctly, but it's so expensive. So what I've done, I basically use DeepSeek now, right? So DeepSeek has two models. So one model is the chat, right? It's DeepSeek chat. What it does is one is very fast, very cheap, and does the daily tasks very well. Then you have Reasoner, right? So Reasoner goes a little bit deeper and can do a lot of activities for even coding. So what I mainly do, I use for very deep thinking, I use Opus from Cloud to really get everything done. To sketch like the architecture, to come up with the general plan, and to fix like very important bugs. So once that foundation is laid down, I will do basically the normal coding with DeepSeek. And finally, before I publish everything, I let Claude Opus run again. In this way, I make sure that I minimize the cost, still get the effectiveness, and still got the daily chat and everything that you can do. All right, so yeah, so how did I set it up? Right, is very important as well. Like I set it up with called a UTM. I did this because basically if you just install OpenClaw on your computer, it takes control of everything, and you just want to limit it before it takes up everything. It can take out your password. It can get into your network. It can get anywhere. So please be cautious when installing it. The reason to prevent everything is basically set up all the firewall walls, check all the security settings, check all the permissions. And also additionally, I installed Lulu, which is basically preventing things as well. Checks all the programs if they gonna change anything to the system settings, but also checks out your wireless settings. So yeah, once this is set up, then what I've done, I used UTM. UTM, let me show you a little bit what it is. So UTM is more like a virtual machine application. So what you can do over here, you can launch another version of Mac OS into your system, and from there on, it basically protects itself. So let's say if my AI agent is doing something completely wrong, then I can just disable it over here and it shuts down. It also allows you to run multiple instances at the same time, and it has all you have better control of everything. So with this computer, for example, I can set up, I can treat it more or less like a normal computer, but with the virtual machine, I basically dedicate that 100% to my AI, and he can do whatever he wants, right? How to set it up? Let me work to the flow as well. So I select virtualize, Mac OS 12, and then just install it. Here you can set the memory that you wanted to use, and from there on it basically installs, and then you can follow the instructions, and it will set up a super fresh, clean Mac OS for you on the same computer, right? Yeah. All right, once you set it up, what do you have to do? So you go to terminal, then basically you type OpenClaw, and it's called onboard. Then you will get an onboarding. It's super straightforward. Just continue, do quick start, use existing values if you already set it up, if you want to change anything, update values if you only want to update specific things. So let's use existing because I don't want to change anything. Over here, you can set up the models. As you can see, they have basically everything from OpenAI to Claude, etc. If it's not over here, don't worry. You can ask OpenClaw to edit yourself. I will do skip for now. You can pick all the providers, keep the current model. It's very important to also set up a channel. So once you're not with your computer, you can also contact it directly. What I did is use the Telegram API, so it's very easy to set up. I think they even give you instructions. Then you can configure the skills. So if you configure the skills, you have all the things that are there. The npm, right? You can see Apple Notes, Word, whatever is necessary. For me, the most important things are not there anymore because I already installed them. But there are other things like Nano Banana, for example. Google API keys, no need. Gemini key, you can set up. Notion, 11 labs for the voice. whoop as well. The whoop is, by the way, from me. My bot added it. Enable hooks. Skip for now. Gateway, it's already installed. Okay, and then you can press restart and then it will start up. So what it does is basically you should do a hatch in GUI. Then you do this. Then basically what it does, it automatically opens up this portal, right? So in the beginning when I saw this, I was super overwhelmed. There's a lot of things you have to go through. Especially if you click on the configurations, it's kind of draining. But what I recommend to focus on is basically agents, right? So over here, you can see which agent you set. I think here, right? So what I did is the primary model is the DeepSeek chat. Then I have a fallback of DeepSeek chat, Sonnet, and Opus, and then I believe it's also in the system with the reasoner model. What you then can do over here, you can just chat. So you can say like, hey, how are you doing? Can you do a short introduction to us? As you can see, it automatically processes. So my learnings over here, because I've been busy with it for quite some time. I know there's a lot of bugs, a lot of flaws. So what I done, I let OpenClaw write his own restart code. So what it does, if it every 30 minutes it checks if the system needs a restart, so it automatically restarts. So in this way, I can always access it if the service is down. Other things that I did was also cost optimization. So for larger requests, it's using a different model. Other things that you should know is that really take a good look about the cost, because tokens are burning very heavy, especially when you use Claude. All right, quick summary. Like I would not recommend this for people who don't have any development skills, because it's still very taggy, as well as you can see into the configuration dashboard. Other thing, it's very important to also understand that if you ask it to change too many things, then it can actually break itself. I already had that multiple times where I tried to come up with a more cost-effective way to let the model run, but in the end it broke itself. So what you can do is then just reset it. Other thing is like API keys are very important. Sometimes you need to have a token. You can also ask them you can also ask OpenClaw to do it. Other thing is just always double check, especially when it comes to development. It still needs to have some manual checking, but overall, it's very good on the high level, especially your Opus model. With minimal interference, I could actually get some development work done. Yeah, so overall, super happy. So yeah, let's see where I'm at 48 hours, and I'm gonna dive a little bit deeper.